the business, and Twitter. Everybody, I'm Steve Reinharz, CEO of Artificial Intelligence Technology Solutions. This is your weekly update. We're going to mix up this week by, of course, talking about the business, but also talking about Twitter. Let me know what you think in comments or by DMing me or messaging me directly, because I want to hear what you think, because it's a little bit different this week. So it's getting a little hot and spicy on Twitter. Does it bother me? What about the comments that might be meritorious? What can we do as a community to help? Let's talk about those things. But first, the real reason we're here is the business, is growing and building a strong business that can hit our goals of being this incumbent, complete platform for security and property technology. We do that with our software and our hardware. We know this. Now, we also know that we have put ourselves out there working hard to have the best August ever in terms of order intake, which will follow on the heels of our previous best month, which was July. So I'm recording this in the morning on Friday the 18th, and we still feel really good about it. Anything can happen, and we won't know for sure until September, but we're working hard. You know what we're working. I think it's exciting to share with you kind of this play-by-play. I hope you're enjoying the ride with it as well. Check out all the devices that are being shipped out today. There should be some photos rolling in the background right now as I talk about this. So we're shipping units, building units. This is the company that you want. This is how we build momentum in sales and market penetration. I do want to share that we have a handful of named press releases in the funnel. Working on approvals for those right now. Those always are great. They always boost visibility and shut down different people who say, these guys don't have any customers, which is such a ridiculous comment. I do want to share that we're not really shipping any Rios this month. Maybe at the end of the month, we'll ship 2, but we'll see. We're waiting for steel. So we're waiting for the steel to come in. We've got some critical deliveries of Rios that we must make in September. We've been working very closely with our steel manufacturers out of Canada to make sure we hit those dates. But ROSA production is largely caught up, which is huge, right? ROSA ACs and ROSA DC, so that's great. ROSA 3.2 has been in the lab testing for the last couple of months. It's going to hit the field testing in September, which means that ROSA 3.3 will hit lab testing starting in September as well. ROSA 3.3 is the one we really, really want. But that's great. And if you guys want, I'll share more of the differences between ROSA 1, 3.1, 3.2, and 3.3. But anyway, now you know where we're at with those devices. That's great. Now, let's talk about the drama. Let's go to Twitter. Twitter is a good place to be when you want to communicate and engage, which I do, which we do, which I think I have a duty to share with you what's going on, which is why we take extraordinary efforts to communicate, and engage. You guys are trusting us. You know, you're trading our stock, or you're following us, or you're fans. I appreciate that. The least I could do is be present and engaged. I want to thank everybody who reaches out to me and supports, and says, hey, Steve, don't listen to the bashers. Don't listen to this. I appreciate that very much. Thank you so much for that. It helps the community see that we have support. So please continue to do that. But know that I really only address negativity online for the community. It doesn't affect me personally. And it doesn't affect me personally because I'm quite intentional with everything that I do, everything that I say, and how I feel. I will choose what is going to upset me and what is going to fire me up. It's a choice. It's your choice too, as to what upsets you. So it's very intentional. And if you live an intentional life, then eventually you get to a point where very little can take you off your game. That's where I'm at right now. It takes a lot to get me off my game. And that happens incredibly rarely. Hopefully, after watching these videos for as long as you have, and maybe meeting me or seeing me interact with other people, you see that I'm a pretty level-headed kind of guy. So a little bit of chatter and nonsense on Twitter or on any of these boards, that has zero effect on me. I encourage everybody to practice intentionality. So let's check this out, right? Our ticker files on time. We don't have a yield sign. We don't have a CE sign. We don't have a bullhorn. There's no nonsense. We're not doubling the authorized every 6 months or dumping free shares into the OS. We're not shutting down any subsidiaries. We don't have any overseas nonsense hype projects rather. We're not avoiding shareholders. Comments aren't turned off on my Twitter. I'm available and accessible consistently. But the price per share is down. It's maybe the third or fourth time that we've hit this level over the past 12 months. Okay, happens, right? Now, what can I do about it? Because it's, Steve, do something. You got to do something. Do something about it. Blah, 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 blah. Do something. What can I do about it? I can tell you what I can do about it. I can make sure our ticker files on time. I can make sure there's no yield sign. There's no CE, no bullhorn, no nonsense. Make sure we don't dump free shares into the outstanding. Make sure we don't double our authorized in short periods of time. Control dilution and continue engagement. So what I'm saying is what are we going to do? We're going to do exactly what we've always been doing because that's how we build a great business. And folks want to jump on the bandwagon, great. Want to jump off, great. Not my deal, not my control. The price of the shares is not within my control. If it was, you can imagine where it would be. Okay, but it's not. And I know our fans and followers understand that. And this is why I go on to address negativity on Twitter, because there's less informed and less experienced traders out there. So I want to correct them and make sure that they have the correct information. Now, negativity in general online is crazy. It's just crazy. I'm in a couple dog groups, like I'm a fan of my dogs, my Michelin dogs. Here's a photo of them. I got a new one last week. We rehomed an older dog from an elderly lady, and it's wonderful. But so I'm in these dog groups on Facebook, and even when you're talking about your dog, people will come online and bash you for no reason. In today's world, if you stick your neck out and say anything publicly and have any type of audience or eyeballs on it, there's always going to be somebody out there who's going to tell you why you should have done it better, why you shouldn't have done it at all, or maybe just why you're an idiot to begin with. It's just the life we lead in. So again, having intentionality for me makes that roll off my back like water off a duck's back, as they say. That said, people online don't always live intentionally. So having you guys stand up for us is a big deal. I pop on Twitter, do my best to text, but honestly, I can't do that all the time. Now, this is interesting. This is an interesting point I came up with. There will be over 1,500 views of this video if we trend the way that these videos normally trend. Now, we have about 50 Twitter regulars supporting us and about 9 Twitter bashers regularly attacking us, right? Now, the bashers are so much more vocal. It's such a vocal minority. We're really supported by a silent minority and our 50 regular Twitter supporters. But what would happen if just 10% of the folks watching this went on Twitter and said something supportive or shared some good news that we share with you? What would happen? What do you think would happen? I find it no coincidence that as our company grows and as we get closer to this tipping point of profitability, as we get closer to this tipping point of market momentum in terms of sales, that the FUD has increased. I wonder why that happens, right? Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Those are my full and sincere thoughts and wishes related to the Twitter nonsense and other online nonsense that happens. I encourage you, please post and support. Last thing I want to close with is Investor Town Hall. We're leaning towards Chicago. We're looking at late October, early November right now. So no more town halls at the Rex. It's too disruptive. Let me know your thoughts on Chicago. Let me know your thoughts on the dates and the timing. Really early stage thinking about it right now. That's it, everybody. Go see Blue Beetle. Let me know what you think. I'm seeing it tonight. Hopefully, It's a great show with lots of rad product, but we'll see. Either way, hopefully it's entertaining. Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend.